Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations, coming to you from beautiful Beacon Arms at the corner of Simcoe and Taunton, where I live behind McDonald's. And I realize it's been a long time since I've done one of these posts. Probably not since I was at the hotel. I haven't been very talkative lately, and if I have been, I tire easily because I just got over COVID. I still don't quite feel exactly right just yet. A lot of people say they feel like that after COVID. With me, I think the mental suffering was worse than the physical. I felt the worst before I knew I was sick. Because every time I go to the carousel convention, I book one extra day so I can just rest all day at the hotel the day before I go home. And I needed it. I felt like all I wanted to do was sleep. I was too hot and too cold at the same time. I thought I was just darn good and exhausted. I went to use the pool, got in just above the knee, and this isn't happening, it's way too cold. It felt lovely when I was there earlier, like on the first Wednesday. Anyway, I thought I was just exhausted and stressed out. I never sweat so hard in my life. When I had to go to the Dulles airport from, where was I again? Rhode Island. And I was supposed to go from Dulles to the Ronald Reagan airport, but I watched in horror as my flight kept being delayed over and over again. There wouldn't have been time to go from Dulles to Ronald Reagan. So when I did get to Dulles, the guy pushed me in a wheelchair and he was going way too fast and he bashed my foot into the counter. And they put me on a flight from Dulles to Toronto, which left at about 10 o'clock at night, and it was about 20 after 11 when I arrived in Toronto. Nice thing about arriving that late at night, it is so not crowded. Oh, I loved it. So quiet. Usually there's like a big humongous crowd waiting to go through customs and a huge lineup. But there was none of that, and I was able to take the taxi home, but my luggage had been delayed. They told me, oh, we'll deliver it to you tomorrow morning. Translation, we may deliver it to you tomorrow morning, but it doesn't get there until 2 days later in the middle of the night. So I had all this anxiety, and in my email, there was a message from Patrick Wenzel saying that a lot of people at the convention tested positive for COVID. I turned out being one of them. And I thought I was just good and exhausted, and that my legs were sore from too many carousel rides, because that's a common occurrence. I usually have an assortment of bruises, and I did, from the knees down, to proof of my shenanigans. But I also thought, oh no, don't tell me I'm getting bursitis again and I have to go back to physio. My legs actually felt good today. I didn't have any trouble, but I've had a long day. Jeanette and I have been out looking for the perfect Christmas tree. Oh, excuse the hair, by the way. I cut it because of COVID. I call it my COVID buzz cut, because the two worst things about COVID were being so sticky and sweaty all the time. Like, my hair felt like straw. It felt so disgusting, and my legs were hurting so bad I could barely stand up in the shower, so the time just felt right to buzz it down. Last time I did this was at the end of 2000, when my landlady back at 506 Westmount refused to get my shower fixed, and I said, well, can I use yours? And she said, no, your hair will clog my drain. I said, fine, I'll shave my head, and so I did. And at this point, it feels right. I don't regret it. I kind of like how it stands up all fuzzy. Maybe I'll let it be fuzzy on top, but let the rest grow back down let the rest grow long. Have a mullet like Kiddio. Oh wow. Anyway, it's been a good day, but I still haven't found the tree that I want. I'd like to find something in an outrageous color, like pink, hot pink, turquoise, or purple, or all rainbow colors. I don't really care for flocking, and those pencil line slim trees that I've seen, I'm not as impressed with them because they don't have the number of branches that I want. Because The tree that I got from Annie is fine and dandy for when I do my sales, because I make these little carousel horses here on the lamp. They've been sitting here unfinished for quite some time, but I have a whole bag full of finished ones. When I do my sales, I put my tree horses on the little tree, but I have a big tree. You're not going to believe what I did today. Oh yeah, you'll believe it. This is typical Margaret. I I didn't see any trees I liked, but I went and bought more freaking ornaments. Including at least 2 or 3 flying pigs, go figure. Most of them, like, they've all been wrapped, so I'm not going to look at them again until it is time to decorate the tree. I got a carousel unicorn, yeah, go figure, that's something that I always find. Santa Claus in a hot air balloon, and I forget what the others are. I spend over $100 on Christmas ornaments at Michael's, go figure. Well, not just ornaments. I bought another coloring book, which I need like a kick in the head with a wet muckluck. Every night before bed, I'm always flipping through my coloring books, thinking about what I'm going to make next. I don't color in coloring books like normal people. I trace the pictures on fabric and use them in my quilts. And I think I might make a couple colorful animal cushions. Maybe one with a llama and one with a rhino. I'd like to do an Animal Kingdom quilt. And I would like to do an owl quilt. This here is the penultimate square for Laura's quilt. I have the last square around here somewhere. This is like Jenga here. I'm trying to not have a crap-a-lanch. Is this it? A few things fall on the floor, but that's nothing. Nope, this is Raw Summit's Butterfly for Zinnia's quilt. There it is. This is a scene from my own coloring book with Luella and her friend Ardith as happy little mer bunnies riding hippocampuses in an underwater fantasy. That's the last one I'm going to embroider. How long have I been talking now? 7:12. Yeah, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else new worth mentioning. I know what I do and what I don't want in a tree. And when I see the right tree, I will know it. There'll be that moment of, ah! You know what I mean? Besides, it's hard to tell in the store when trees don't have all their ornaments on. Most of them look pretty drab without them. But I don't really want flocking. I don't really care for fake snow. But I really would like an outrageous color like hot pink, purple, or turquoise, or even a rainbow tree. Or say something iridescent that reflects different colors. You don't see too many white or silver trees anymore. But when the right tree comes along, I'll know it when I see it. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Spiel.